Welcome, Cairo Secure friends and family. This is an exciting episode because we're going to get deep into the targeting of the decision makers. Now, that might not seem super exciting, but let me tell you, when you know what's in today's presentation, you're going to probably change some of the things that you do in your marketing. I think this is going to be an outstanding moment for you to look. What am I doing in my community and who am I doing it for? So, we have a lot to cover today. Thank you for joining me on this Facebook Live. As always, we have some very special people that we want to always thank. Special thanks to our proud corporate sponsors, especially Cairo Secure, for building the greater awareness and the benefits of chiropractic care across the nation. The ongoing support from these organizations, as well as your support, help us to reach new heights together. So, today we will be addressing how do I market to the decision makers? Who actually are they? And why do I care? Let's jump right into that. To explore the decision makers in the typical American home, I'm going to bring you to the Pew Research Center. They surveyed and asked men and women living in couples which one generally makes the decisions in four family areas of domestic life. What do they include? Well, planning activities, purchasing things for the home, and deciding, well, what to watch on TV, as well as managing finances. The survey found, and this was actually no surprise to me, that 43% of all couples, it's actually the woman who makes decisions in most areas than the men. So it's not as high as what originally was thought, 43%. Hold on to that thought because we've got more to cover in that area. I want to bring to your attention that we dedicated at the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress the entire month to International Women's Day. And that was an important aspect to how we start to bring more women into the mix. This month was dedicated to celebrating women's achievements while also recognizing the need for improvement in gender equality. So, as we move forward, you might actually be shocked to see the statistics about the decision makers when it comes to healthcare. So, let's talk about a study by the Center for Talent Innovation. What did they find? That 94% of women, whether or not they were married or had children, made healthcare decisions for themselves. They are independent in choosing what they believe is best for themselves. And 59% make healthcare decisions for others. So this isn't just mothers making decisions for their children. This is, in fact, women making decisions for their parents, their spouses, their siblings, and anyone they feel they can help when it comes to properly choosing the right healthcare. And for women who are mothers, the statistic is actually more surprising. According to the Kaiser Family Foundation, 79% of mothers make the decisions about selecting their children's doctors. And 77% of mothers report that they are the ones who take their children to these appointments and ensure they get the care they need, while only 24% are fathers that are taking on that responsibility. So, what does that say about women? Well, it's evident that whether or not they're single, married, or have children, the women of the household are primarily the ones who are responsible for healthcare decisions for themselves and actually those around them. Why is that important? Well, knowing that women are the ones who make the decisions, it's important you know how to market to this population and appeal to their concerns. When you know better, you do better. So let's look into that. Interestingly, women don't just define health as not being sick or feeling well. In fact, 79% of women include spiritual and emotional well being as part of their health. And 77% of women also report health as being physically fit and well rested. Women are much more inclined to support the connection of the mind, body, and spirit. And it's important when it comes to overall wellness. So, it is in fact important to consider the way that women view health and understand how to ensure their satisfaction and needs are being met based on what's important to them. That's you, Doctor of Chiropractic. You're doing a great job, and we can continue to learn and grow in this area. Now, to figure out what matters to women, we need to actually talk about what are their pain points. Because although men and women experience pain and illness, women actually have a much more unique healthcare needs. According to the commonwealthfund.org, there's several barriers and gaps in healthcare that actually prevent women from receiving the care that they need. So, what are we talking about when we're talking about the needs? The issues involved are the lack of training or expertise from their healthcare providers, early prevention of disease, and appropriate planning of women's life cycles as they age in relationship to their reproductive system and overall health. Menopause and the way the body, in fact, changes and the pain that accompanies it is actually not well versed in the media today. They're facing these unique challenges many times alone. So, how do they get the proper treatment for those issues? They're going to depend on you. So, we're taking the time to get to know what these women want as decision makers in their households, and then how do we market to them? So, we know what the women's pain points are because you can't afford to ignore this huge influence of women that are talking about healthcare decisions for their partners, their spouses, their children, their elderly the parents, and some of the relatives that they have. Recognizing and appealing to women as healthcare decision makers help you gain more female patients, and more importantly, it actually helps the entire community because women talk very fluidly with other women, whether it's in the hair salon, whether it's at school, or whether it's in the workplace. They're talking about healthcare, and you need to ensure they're talking about the right healthcare points. So, what we need to do is actually start to think about what are we creating? Well, we need to bring forth a couple of really important aspects when we start talking about these areas of health and what content you are getting out there to your audience. So, here's some things to consider when you're marketing to the women. Number one, are you offering telehealth or easy capabilities for you to communicate with your female patients? Because what we know is the vast majority of women, actually 77%, they're not actually doing what they should because they're busy. According to the polls, 62% say they're lacking the time. So we got to make it easy, fast, and really fluid for them to get a hold of you and get their questions answered. 78% of working women with children under 18 aren't maintaining their health because they're taking care of their family's health. So we need to chalk all of this up to a lack of time means quick, fast, easy options. These women are busy. They do not always have the time to come into your office. So they need answers. And you're going to be there because they're seeking your answers. Number two, make sure you utilize social media. A lot of us rely on social media to share health information. 84% often share health related information via email, and they also share via Facebook. Now, remember back a few Cairo Secures Facebook Live. So we talked about how many women are actually on Facebook. A lot. And the age is approximately over 40 years old, and they are marketing to each other through their social media channels. And they want to get their other female friends involved. So, number three, direct efforts toward female consumers, educating your female audience with the knowledge and confidence necessary to make the best decisions about their health. Unfortunately, as you know, the media often has an unfortunate twist that may or may not be accurate. And there's a lack of information regarding women's health and the proper care that is easily accessible to the consumer. So make it easy for your female audience to find the information and provide it to them in your office and online, and feel comfortable that you can reach out to them via all sorts of avenues to get that information out. And that's why this content creation just right here is an important aspect to it. Educate yourselves and your staff about the unique challenges that females face. And don't be afraid to break the stigma about breast health, pelvic pain, menstruation, and female centered issues. Over 80% of women are wearing the wrong bra size. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing that information as a man, that's okay. You can bring in your female staff and give them the information that they in fact need. Gentlemen out there, we require that you do not dismiss the female problems that come up. And you need to feel confident that we do need to hear that information from an accurate source and one that cares. So, what do we have in store for you? Well, we have dedicated the month of March to talking about women's health and the importance of addressing unique neuromusculoskeletal issues that can be addressed by a doctor of chiropractic. And so, what we're looking at is how do we build out those health tip sheets addressing pelvic floor dysfunction, sciatica, and low back pain? Well, we have them in an ebook, and you just saw it on that last slide. And we have so much for more infographics that accompany and tip sheets. These resources, if you haven't linked in with me, link in with me. You can grab this article, you can copy and paste any of this. When we talk about women must choose to challenge their providers about their healthcare, it's not good enough for them to be told, here, take this pill. Ask, why am I taking this? And how does it interact with other things that I'm taking? Or is this the right decision? Is there a non pharmacological option, doctor? And when you're a chiropractor and you're spreading this information, other healthcare providers will take note. You can use these in newsletters. You can use these in pamphlets in your office. You use what you need when you need it, but please work with us to ensure that the community that you have is well educated. This is the time where I love the most, which is what is the F4CP update? We have so much to be proud of as a family of chiropractic to share. Let's jump right in. First and foremost, this past month, we launched our new campaign, Naturally Chiropractic. This slogan and logo were chosen to convey the natural approach of chiropractic care. And we're excited to continue to promote chiropractic as a safe, drug free approach to managing overall wellness and pain management. Remember, we just talked about those healthcare decision makers? Well, they're looking for top keywords naturally. So, why then would we not naturally choose to link it with chiropractic? Because that's what makes us great. That's what motivates us. So, what are we doing? Well, we're going to actually kick this campaign off with providing commercials that you can use on your website, in your newsletters, on your social media. So, let's talk about what those videos are about. Naturally Chiropractic campaign is a life cycle of a chiropractic patient. And we kick it off with a pregnant patient. And what is her life all about? Well, here we have an 8-month pregnant woman. This video takes you through her day while she's working, doing yoga, making dinner, and just living her life how she has been able to through the gifts of chiropractic care with no pain. The video currently is in its final stages of production, and I cannot wait to share it with you. What else do we have in store? Thank you for asking. We have a pediatric sports patient ready to take on the world and vibrant and optimizing their performance through the gift of chiropractic care, moving to a very busy dad who's taken on the world, who's bringing the best out in his career and showcasing his use of chiropractic care. And to top it off, is an 89-year-old patient. It's actually a true story. I cannot wait to share it with you. And how that 89-year-old patient was able to live her life vibrant and healthy and optimizing her performance. So, as you go through your own day, think about all the gifts chiropractic care has given you. It makes us proud, it makes us purposeful, and the way in which we share it through the life cycle of chiropractic care starts with all sorts of ways to connect with your patients. We just saw earlier that, in fact, as you go through, one of the gifts that we bring is more information. So we're excited to unveil the newest resource available to you as a member of the foundation. Our chiropractic care and women's health resource was actually unveiled during this month as part of our Women's Health Month in the International Celebration of Women. Our newest tip sheet, What Happens During a Chiropractic Adjustment, is a great resource to distribute to your patients. The tip sheet addresses what actually happens during a chiropractic adjustment. You will be amazed how many people are actually wanting to know what actually goes on when they hear that popping noise. So get it out to them. And last, the latest research in combating childhood obesity. Big problem during COVID-19. Please do not ignore this. Our children are gaining weight. We need to get them back to their fun, happy lifestyles. And to do that, educate the parents on what it takes to get your child to combat obesity by turning exercises into games. What a wonderful way to bring our communities back together and really celebrate the gifts that are given from the chiropractic care family. And as we go through, we never want to slow down in our learning processes. On this slide, you're seeing the DC webinars. What's available to me? What is coming up? Look, the Business on Corporate Wellness is coming up in April. We have Marketing Masterclass using posture in May, Integrative Sports Medicine, and all sorts of raising healthy family options in June. July, Tips and Techniques to reduce delayed onset muscle soreness. And October, investing in health quality. The time is now for you to continue your learning. And what better way than to share it with your CA, your staff, to ensure they get the best possible information out there? Practice growth. What does it mean? What is a wellness plan? How do we get the leadership in our successful practices? Compliancy to care and balancing at the front desk. What are the recipes for success? Get your staff involved in these webinars because the more we know, the better we do. And that's the key for success for all of us. And as you know, Adjusted Reality Podcast celebrated International Women's Month with Dr. Alan Sokoloff on women's health and their hormones. Believe it or not, women want more. They want more information on what's coming in their lives, menopause. They want more information on what happens during their menstrual cycle and why do they get back pain with it. So give them the opportunity to listen. Our Gen Zs are picking up podcasts faster than any other group. That's our legacy. That's our future. Get them involved in these podcasts. Listen to them first. It's very easy to find Adjusted Reality Podcast on any one podcast, Spotify, Amazon. We just got on. You listen to these podcasts, I guarantee you're going to find them fun. They're trusted by the adjusted, and you'll be able to help conversations move forward with your staff and your patients. That's a critical aspect. Now, I don't want to end this discussion without saying two things that I think will be very important. Number one, as always, we thank you for your support. There's always time for you to join the foundation if you're not already a foundation member. Please do so because the benefits are nationwide. When you give, the nation wins. They learn more about the benefits of chiropractic care, they know more about your office, and we thrive as a profession. Number two, do not miss coming back next Tuesday. Why? ChiroSecure delivers the very best Facebook Lives, and that is, as always, Mike Miskow. And you cannot miss him because he's got some very, very important information to give to you. Once a month is not enough to be with you, but I always look forward to these Facebook Lives. I hope that your community is benefiting from your care and you have all the information you need to be successful. Please drop me a line always because we're here to help you grow. And together we will ensure the success of the health of Americans nationwide. I want to thank all of you for joining today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you back here next month for another ChiroSecure Facebook Live. Thank you.
Isn't it time you join the most powerful team of successful doctors in chiropractic and go for the gold? Simply go to www.f4cp.org/package and get your customized practice success solution.